it's Kim. I wanted to do a short flow today to help us to feel grounded during this uncertain time when we are stressing out, thinking about something, or a little bit anxious. Our energy is literally going upwards. So this practice is intended to help us to get grounded, to focus on our breath and the present moment. So whenever you are ready, go ahead and make your way onto your mat. So coming into a child's pose. So forehead resting on your mat. Knees together or spread wide. So pressing into the palms. And just breathing here. So take a nice long inhale. Fill up with air. Nice long exhale, emptying it all out. So just breathing here, feeling the support of your mat. Just settling in. And anytime your mind starts to race, just focusing on your breath, on your intention, and on the present moment. So there's no way that we can ultimately know what direction we are headed in. We need to stop thinking, wondering, and just focus on the present. So instead of sending that energy upwards and having our brain kind of go over and over things, just sinking in, focusing on the present moment, and just being here in the now. We'll go ahead and slowly make our way up to our hands and knees. We'll take a few rounds of our cat-cow. So we'll inhale our crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale to your cat, round your back, push out all of the air. So inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. So inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. So just taking a few rounds of each. Moving with your breath. And just breathing here. After one more round of each, we'll make our way back to a neutral spine. Neutral position. And we're going to take a few hip rolls to the right. So taking a few hip rolls to the right, getting out any snaps, crackles, and pops. And then taking a few hip rolls to the left. So just refocusing our energy, getting into the body. Go ahead and come back to center. And we'll come into our extended puppy pose. So we'll walk our palms toward the top of our mat. Spread your fingers wide. Melt your chest toward your mat. Reach your tail to the sky. So just feeling the support of your mat. And just breathing here. So feeling grounded is an important concept when it comes to our overall health. Just feeling that support. Focusing on the breath. And then just making our way back up to our hands and knees. We'll go ahead and press back to our first downward facing dog. So we want our feet about hip width apart, heels pressing toward the mat. So fingers spread wide, pressing into your palms. Melt your chest towards your thighs. Reach your tail to the sky. Take a nice deep bend in your right knee. Press your left heel toward the mat. Bend your left knee. Press your right heel toward the mat. And then just walk out your dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Maybe swaying into the hips if that feels good to you. And then press back to your downward facing dog. We'll tiptoe our feet toward the top of our mat. So inhale, halfway lift, pull your back nice and flat. Exhale, take a deep forward fold. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. And then just relax your hands by your sides. So we're going to come into our mountain pose. We want our feet hip width or a little bit wider. Relaxing your shoulders, you can have palms down or palms up. And just breathing here, rooting through the feet, reaching through your crown. Just focusing on your breath. Trying to feel that support of your mat. So stacking shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over heels. And just pressing into all four corners of the feet. So feeling like a strong mountain. Go ahead and inhale your arms up to the sky. So extended mountain, reach through those palms, press through those feet. We'll release our hands to heart center. And maybe just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe it's just being present. Maybe it's being here and now. Maybe it's something else. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, press your palms down, and then press them up. Reach them to the sky. We're going to lean over to the right, so rooting through the feet, lean over to the right. Peel that left shoulder open. Go ahead and come back to center. We're going to lean to the left, so root through those feet, pressing down, peeling that right shoulder open. We'll come back to center, release that right hand, reach that left arm up and over. Peel your shoulder open. And we'll switch sides, left hand down, right arm up and over. Peel that right shoulder back, press through the feet. Go ahead and come back to center. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. So we'll inhale, halfway lift. And rinse through. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. We're going to reach that right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open your hip, maybe rolling out that ankle. Reach that right leg to the sky. Step through to our crescent lunge. So right knee over that right ankle, pressing into the ball of that back foot. Maybe extending those arms to the sky. If it feels okay, you can hook your thumbs, let those elbows fall out. Maybe walking your gaze up, taking a slight back bend in that upper back, but engaging the core. Go ahead and release your hands to the mat. We'll step left foot up to meet right. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. We're going to take peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head and neck hang nice and heavy. Maybe swaying it out from side to side. So just letting go. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift again. You can take this pose again, or if it feels okay, you can interlace fingers behind your back and just let your arms fall forward. So relaxing your head and neck. Nice, deep belly breaths. So just breathing here. Go ahead and release your hands. We're going to turn heels and toes out. So sink down to our Buddha squat. So bringing hands to heart center, maybe pressing the elbows into the legs. We're going to take a gentle twist to the right. So bring that right hand to the inside of our right foot. Reach that left arm to the sky, pressing your arm into your leg. Maybe walking your gaze up toward that left hand. Go ahead and release that left hand. Press into your mat. Press the arm into the leg. Reach that right arm to the sky. Maybe walking your gaze toward that palm. We'll release that right hand. Forward fold. So track your toes forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time you can come into your ragdoll. So just grabbing opposite elbows, letting that head sway from side to side. Adding any movements or adjustments that feel good to you. If you need a more restorative pose, take a nice deep bend into the knees and just relax onto the thighs. Go ahead and release your hands, heel toe feet back to about hip width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up, exhale to down. So we'll take 2 rounds of our sun A's moving with our breath. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. So reach that left leg to the sky. Bend your knee. You'll open your hip. Taking any movements here that feel good to you. We'll reach that left leg to the sky. Step through and rise up to your crescent lunge. So back leg nice and long. Left knee over that left ankle. If it feels good, maybe hooking those thumbs, letting those elbows fall out. Maybe taking that slight back bend in the upper back, but keeping your core engaged to protect the low back. We'll go ahead and release our hands. Step right foot up to meet left. We're going to heel toe our feet to about hip width or wider. And then come into our gorilla pose. So palms up, toes meet wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Try to let go of your head and neck just a little bit more. And just breathing here. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift one more time. Exhale, forward fold. We'll release our hands, turn our heels in, toes out. So sink down to our Buddha squat. And just choosing where you want to be. Maybe staying here. Maybe flying your crow. So maybe planting the hands, spreading the fingers wide. Maybe rocking heel to toe. Maybe lifting one foot and counting to 5, or maybe both. So just breathing here. Whenever you're ready, we'll slowly make our way back to our Buddha squat. We'll release our hands, forward fold, heel toe feet back to about hip width apart. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. inhale your arms to the sky. We'll release our hands by our sides, and we're going to take a couple of balance poses. So we'll take our tree pose today. So we want to root through that left foot. So press into your left foot. Bring that right foot to the ankle, calf, or thigh. So press down, reach up through the crown, engage your core. And bring hands to heart center, maybe peeling open that hip. Rooting down, reaching up, maybe growing through those branches. If it feels okay, you can turn pinkies in, thumbs out. Just breathing here. Go ahead and release your hands. Release your foot. Take any movements that feel good to you. We'll take our tree on the other side. So left foot coming to the ankle, calf, or thigh. So press that foot into the leg. Peel open your hip. Root down. Reach through the crown. Maybe growing the branches. So finding that balance between pulling ourselves in those opposite directions. Just breathing here. Maybe relaxing the shoulders. Maybe walking your gaze up toward the sky. Go ahead and release your hands. Release your foot. We'll take our tree one more time on each side. So just with a different arm variation. So press into that left foot. Right foot coming to wherever feels good to you. Just avoiding that knee. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Press your palms down and then palms up. So really reach through those palms. Root through that left foot. Maybe peeling that hip open. Maybe just finding a focal point. Breathing here. Go ahead and release your hands, release your foot. We'll take our tree on the other side. So left foot coming to wherever feels good to you. Interlace fingers maybe the opposite way. Press palms down and then up toward the sky. So root down, reach up. Pulling in those opposite directions, pressing into that right foot. Go ahead and release your hands, release your foot. Go ahead and inhale those arms to the sky. Release right hand down that right leg. Reach that left arm up and over. Peel that left shoulder back. Press into those feet. We'll switch sides. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Peel that shoulder back. Reach through those fingertips. Rooting and pressing through the feet. Go ahead and come back to center. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop down onto your knees. We'll come in to a hero's pose. So we're going to set up for a camel pose. If you have lower back issues, just try to be really careful. I have some lower back issues, so I really am going to try to concentrate on squeezing in my core, trying to open up and expand across the chest and the upper back, but not dumping into my lower back. So I'm going to make my way up onto my knees, plant my hands in imaginary pockets on my lower back. I'm going to pop up onto my toes, and I'm going to just walk my gaze up toward the ceiling. And if this feels like too much, just back off. I'm going to expand and open up across my chest, but supporting my low back, engaging that core. And then I'm going to go ahead and make my way back down to my hero's pose, just releasing my hands to my thighs. Maybe close your eyes for just a moment. So nice long inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. I'm going to make my way back up onto my knees, coming onto the balls of my feet. I'm going to go ahead and inhale my arms to the sky. This time I'm going to release that left hand to that left heel. Maybe walking my gaze to my right hand. I'm keeping my core engaged, trying to open up across the chest. And then I'm going to sink back down to my hero's pose. I'll go ahead and make my way back up. Inhale my arms to the sky. Release that right hand to my right heel. Reach that left arm up. Trying to open up across this chest and not dump into my low back. I'm going to make my way back to my hero's pose. So we want to open up our heart. Maybe thinking about being kind to ourselves, compassionate to ourselves and others. So one more time, we'll go ahead and make our way back up. And it's up to you if you want to take your camel with your hands in your pockets, just expanding across that chest, walking the gaze up. So engaging through the core. Or if you have the space, maybe coming to the heels with the hands. Just breathing here. So back bends help us to open up the heart. They help us to face our fears, sinking back to our hero's pose. We're going to go ahead and make our way into our butterfly pose. So we want to bring feet to touch, scooching up to wherever is comfortable for you. You can bring your hands to your thighs, maybe gently pressing into them or massaging into them. If you want to take a forward fold, maybe folding forward, trying to have a nice flat back. So forward folds are just a way to slow down, to go within. Come back up to our seated position. Extend your legs nice and long. So inhale your arms to the sky and then exhale, forward fold. So maybe flexing the feet, coming down to wherever feels good to you. So just breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So just trying to be in that present moment, focusing on the breath. We'll make our way back up to our seated position. And we're going to come into our fish pose. So we're going to go ahead and take a seat on the hands. We're going to expand across the chest. Think about laying over a giant beach ball, lowering down onto the elbows toward the crown of the head. And just opening up across the chest, opening up the heart. Breathing here. We'll slowly make our way back down onto our backs. We're going to have our knees bent, feet about hip width apart, right ankle to the top of that left leg. Hug the left knee in. Maybe point or flex the feet. Can roll out the ankles if that feels good to you. We'll switch sides. Left ankle to the top of that right leg, so hug it in. Pointing or flexing your feet, just beginning to let any tension just pour out of the hips. We'll come into a happy baby, so either grabbing the outer edges of the feet or peace fingers around big toes, maybe rocking from side to side. Pressing your lower back towards your mat, just massaging it out. We'll come back to center, make our way into our reclined butterfly. So bringing feet to touch, Left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. So just breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Relax your hands by your sides. Bring those legs back together. We're going to reach our feet up toward the sky. If you're close to a wall, you can take legs up the wall. Maybe wiggling your fingers, toes can roll out your wrists and ankles. And if you're close to a wall, you can choose to stay here for your final resting pose. Just making sure that your legs are supported. You can come into your reclined butterfly, bringing left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Or coming into Shavasana, letting your feet fall toward the outer edges of your mat. Palms up to share and receive energy. Palms down to conserve energy. And just closing the eyes. Whenever you're ready, wiggling your fingers and toes, just bringing back an awareness to the breath and body. We'll go ahead and roll over onto our right side in a fetal position, just pausing here. Slowly making our way back up to an easy seated posture. So bringing hands to heart center. I hope that this practice leaves you feeling a little more grounded. The light within me honors the light, love, and peace within you. Together we bow forward and say, Namaste. Yay! Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Follow my channel, Unfiltered Yoga on YouTube. Have an awesome rest of your day or night. Thank you.